Well, hello friends, Mark Holmes here with Who Doesn't Like to Speak Up. But as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Deja Vu Sports Report. Without you guys, man, this doesn't work. I am hot, boss. It's too damn hot. We just got out of, or at least I just got out of E2 Blue's attic. And it's hot up in there. But I got the problem taken care of. I got to come back and fix the roof and stuff. But anyway, Emily Ann, she sent me a link from Mike Farello, who's, you know, tweeting about the Zeke Elliott situation. And I say, let's hold up before we all go crazy, because sometimes when it's silly season, people have a tendency to expand and put out a little bit more than may necessarily be there. We have not heard anything from Zeke Elliott. We heard, because remember, we heard that Zeke Elliott was going to hold out and not show up for off-season workouts, didn't we?
When was this?
This was because they were saying Zeke Elliott wasn't going to show up for OTAs, for voluntary workouts.
He probably showed up,
but he did.
Even the guys.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. We heard this before. This is a deja vu moment that we're hearing.
That's why I don't believe it.
And so I'm gonna put that out there. So Emily Ann is sending some different tweets and stuff from, you know, Mike Farello and other people and things. And here's the thing that is crazy, because these guys, unlike me, are never held accountable. You remember when everybody went through and talked about Dez Bryant tape being out there that was 10 times worse than Ray Rice? You know, had everybody going crazy. Everybody's clicking on it and everything else. Man, did you hear about that Dez Bryant, man? He's a straight up thug. You know, they were out there saying, you know, police went to Dez Bryant's house 6 times. 6 times the police were called. Man, they had you thinking that it was like Miami Vice. Scammer, stop calling me. Stop calling me. Hate these damn things when they use your prefix and stuff, and you know it's some bullshit sales calls. Stop it! Damn telemarketers. I hate those guys. But some of the speculation is that the Cowboys may be planning on life without Zeke. Your thoughts?
That'd be something.
Well,
because the way that they're running them now, we're going to run the man to the ground. Where they're playing them now.
Well, okay, you know, so a lot of people will say, there's no way in the world they could let him go. Now, I'm just going to play devil's advocate. I'm not suggesting one thing or the other. I'm just pointing out facts and possibility scenarios, okay? Think about 2014 when DeMarco Murray rushed for over 1,800 yards, was leading the NFL, and I believe that's a Dallas Cowboys record in yardage. They let him go the next year. They ran the hell out of him, and they let him go. Right? Now, what's interesting is we've been sold a bill of goods that the Dallas Cowboys can't win without Zeke Elliott. That Dak Prescott can't win without Zeke Elliott. Now, here's my thing. I look at, and we've had examples of all three, not having the quarterback, not having the running back, and not having the wide receiver. Because what's interesting is 2015, the Dallas Cowboys were 4th in the NFL in running the football as a team. Run DMC, who didn't start until like week 5, had over 1,000 yards. They had almost as many yards running in 2015 as we had last year. Because what's interesting and what people fail to understand is the Dallas Cowboys as a team last year were 10th at running the football. You would think that the Dallas Cowboys were the #1 team rushing the football. But believe it or not, the New England Patriots ran the football for more yardage than the Dallas Cowboys. And I see he's over here playing with the knife, so I don't know if I should get scared or what. So, we know we lost Zeke Elliott for the suspension for 6 games.
Well, he lost him longer than that, if you count the times where he was just like looking pitiful beside himself.
He still played those games, but I'm saying he did not play a play from scrimmage 6 games. 7 games. In which case we were 4-3. And granted, the 4 wins were against, cellar dwellers. I get that. But a win in the NFL is a win. Now, we do know we had a running game, and Dez for at least some of the season in 2015, but we didn't do jack without a quarterback. We were 4-15. So you need a quarterback. But we still had a running game in 2015. 2018, first half, we had a running back in Zeke.
They didn't come around until maybe the second or third week.
But still, you have, because here's the thing, they say you can't win without Zeke. Well, the first half of the season and the last 2 games of the season that we played last year, okay, the 2 games that we finished the season, we were 1-1, and then we were 3-5, so that's 4-7. So we were 4-7 with Zeke and Dak until you got Amari. Now, to me, in my mind, that says you need all 3. But you were able to replace the production of DeMarco Murray with a lesser back. And I'm not suggesting that, but you did spend 3rd-round pick with Tony Pollard.
I'm not sure.
I think it was, and we also ended up getting Mike Weber, Woo Weber. So you did draft 2 running backs, and I'm not suggesting that they're going to say screw you, Zeke, because I'm not saying that at all. Because I believe your best bet is to have all 3. We've gone without each one of those, and we've sucked. When we've had all 3, we were formidable, and that's the way you guys have to look at it. Now, I would do this now, but it's better for me to get back into the man cave so that way I can illustrate my numbers, because we're fed so much crap that we start to believe it, because like last night, my intro for the live stream, we were listening to First Take, and they had Max Kellerman talking about, like, Matthew Stafford, that, he shouldn't have been paid because his contract is killing the Lions. And it's like, wait a minute. The Lions have $25 million of cap room, even with the contract they have with Matthew Stafford. It's not that the Lions can't spend money. The Ford family's cheap. They don't spend money. Okay? This whole thing of all these teams that are hamstrung because the quarterback got a whole lot of money, take a look. Take a look at what the cap room they have. They're not spending the money up here. And they even talked about, well, Tom Brady takes less money, so they're able to use that money on other players. No, they don't. No, they don't. When have you heard about New England having anybody have to restructure a contract so that way they can sign somebody else? Because what New England does is they evaluate talent. They get guys in the draft and they put them in their system, and when they're ready to get paid, they let them go and get a compensatory pick and keep going on the cycle. It's the teams that go through and pay the outrageous free agent prices on players that are trying to win instantly that have the cap problem. The Minnesota Vikings that go through and say, we're desperate for a quarterback to win right now, let's grab Kirk Cousins. It's the Washington Redskins that say, okay, we'll franchise tag Kirk Cousins for a couple of years, and then we'll pay for Alex Smith. Alex Smith gets hurt, and we'll get Case Keenum, and now we'll go ahead and we'll draft a quarterback. The Washington Redskins are spending $30 million on a quarterback this year, okay? And draft capital. That's a team that has salary cap problems. Not because of paying a quarterback that they had. Had they paid Kirk Cousins some years ago, he would have been a bargain on the team. They would have had a #1 pick that they could have spent on somebody else that could be helping the team. And they would have more money to spend on free agents. But see, they did it the wrong way. And that's the advantage of the Cowboys, because they draft well. They are great value. They find great value in the draft, and they're able to keep restocking the cabinets. So this whole thing of you can't sign these people, if you don't want to sign them, that's a different story from being able not to. Because The Eagles started out $25 million under the cap, and they have re-signed their quarterback for the long term, and they still have $20 million of cap space because you can maneuver money under the cap. So, back to the original question. Could the Dallas Cowboys be playing without Zeke? If they're not, if you're not planning for life without any player on your team, you're stupid, because you can lose anybody to an injury. And if you don't have a backup plan, you're screwed. So yes, they are looking into that option. Will they? That's another question. It's a completely another question. I don't think they will, but we do know this about the Dallas Cowboys. When it comes to signing these big contracts, they take their damn time with it, and they keep trying to nickel and dime you for every penny that they can try and get it on the cheapest possible, and they always do this stuff in the public eye. So I would say, until something happens that's tangible, until we're here and everybody's getting on the plane and Zeke ain't there, don't worry. Just tune it out. And you believe he'll be there. I believe he'll be there too. I believe he'll be there because, like I said, I believe you need 1, 2, 3 pieces along with the great offensive line. I'm Mark Holmes with, and as always, thank you guys for being part of the Joe Sports Report. And I can't wait to get home and take a shower because I'm itching like a mother.